Hello and welcome to the Living the Pranic Lifestyle Pranic Aromatherapy Masterclass. Today I'll be introducing you guys to the not only the Pranic Aromatherapy Masterclass, but the Living the Pranic Lifestyle, which is basically the Pranic lifestyle. And we'll explain more about what the Pranic lifestyle is and how we teach it. And some of you are already members and stuff, but we're gonna, recap what you guys will learn in week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in the Pranic Aromatherapy Masterclass, we have a 58 essential oil deep dive where you're like deep into the chemistry of each essential oil, like pages and pages on each essential oil. And essential oils have an effect on the chakras. They can help purify the aura, the mental body, emotional body, etheric body, and spiritual body. Making sure it's recording here. But yeah, let me start the slideshow. Oop, get this out of here. But I first learned about energy probably when I was about 16, about how to focus energy and how to use energy. Back then we were breaking bricks. Oop, oop. But I first met Grandmaster Choa in St. Louis, Missouri, and when he did a blessing for clairvoyance, I saw a brilliant flash of white light surge from his hand into my forehead, and I realized instantly, I was like thinking, this cat's got the juice. Like this is the real deal, like a real teacher. As soon as I made you know, the, now I have the Pranic lifestyle Pranic Aromatherapy Masterclass. But then we have like other things to go with it now. So we have like all 4 weeks are already recorded, and like we actually have like 2 cycles in there already, where it's like you know going through the whole cycle of all 58 essential oils like twice. It's in there already, plus a bunch more stuff. Plus, like I'll show you what else is going in there, like more stuff. Here's a Caribbean cruise with my mom, and it was a fun time. That was quite a 2008. But when I first met Master Choa, you know, we would talk about essential oils and stuff. And one time I was in a class in California, and he had just doing like a mass healing on the whole class, and he came out and handed me the crystal to clean, and I went and cleaned it in the bathroom. And then I can't remember if he told me to run it under running water with salt, like scrub it and run under running water. So I went and did that and dried it off and made it all shiny. And then I saw him, and he grabbed it, and he was like, "Do you think it's clean?" I was like, I think so. And then he grabbed it and he projected energy through it. Yeah, I'm not sure what color energy it was, but and I was like, wow, there's like different levels of clean. That's an event back in 2008 with all the essential oils. Just to show I've been doing this a little while. There's a Milan, Italy there, teaching a couple classes. I'm blessing the water. I start off with like, being really deep in the Taekwondo, like black belt and tournaments, all this stuff. But then I decided to turn this into like golden diamond energy of like meditating and a path of service. And I've taken a lot of a lot of certifications here. All these here, quite extensive in the Arhati yoga. All these here. Um, but these are like different terms when I was younger. Different books that were published. And these are all available on praniclifestyle.com. And a lot of these are available in the members area. And I like to do a lot of soup kitchen activities, Harvesters Food Bank, coaching Little League. Like tomorrow, I have to go help serve lunches down in the inner city, serve a couple hundred people, like sack lunches. Always feels good to do that. Harvesters Food Bank. Um, they feed like 1 million people a week out of here. And this is just like 8 kids at a time normally on the little league stuff. Um, and that's like one of the events back with Master Choa in the year 2000 in British Columbia. Another event in New Jersey there. It was at I don't know, like in Victoria, I saw, them bring like trays of essential oil to Master Choa, and he blessed it with like energy. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I was like, I can do that. And I started doing it. I used to travel around, all around the world. This was like years ago here, like 30 years ago, 20, 26, 27, like a long time ago. Um, but now I would just show up with suitcases full of products and just start making money wherever I'm at. Um, and I now I've helped personally consulted and indirectly and directly shared essential oils with thousands of people worldwide, all over the world, beyond what I even know probably. And now I do a lot of remote energy energy work, and now I have the Pranic lifestyle, sharing this stuff globally. Not only through online methods, but through all the books and videos that we published. So the secret, it's not about the scent. Well, it's about the scent, but it's also about the charge, the energy that you put into it. And essential oils are subtle energy condensers for the body. And we teach how to be the pranic aromatherapist. And I helped travel the world, with Master Choa for like 9 years. This was like 2000, or like 1997 or so to like 2006. And I got to learn a lot from him about aromatherapy, energy, and all about like different areas of life. Helped it, I was like the 100th workshop with Master Choa, learning about crystals and energy and meditating and service and all the stuff that goes with, the energy work. And one of the biggest things we learned was about the daily purification. And today I'll be giving you guys the salt scrub book. It's got like all the recipes for doing this. But like you could do it in the morning or at night, or you could do it once a week, but it's best to do it daily, or you can do it twice a day. And you really feel it at the start of your day if you do it in the start of the day. Um, and at night, because it like takes off the daily stress. And a lot of times Master Cho would bless the pool in the hotel, and we'd all swim in the pool and get purified. So I learned a lot about purification by water from Master Cho, blessing water to drink and like um blessing things, blessing oil, blessing water. And I spent thousands of hours in deep meditations over 27 years doing this stuff. And one of the times with Master Choa, he had a jacket that was like really, he was wearing it while I was teaching, and up in the, up, after the class, up in this hotel room, he took his jacket off, put it on a chair, and it was like, feel the back of this jacket, and it was like really, really dirty. And he was like, here, take this spray, and I sprayed it on the jacket, and then the cords disappeared, and it like purified the jacket. And then I asked him about like maybe we should, I got some bottles, maybe we can bottle this stuff up and share it with the students. This is my business mind thinking there. So I grabbed like 30 bottles, and he whipped up this special mixture of vodka and oils, and he energized it. And then I went and like, started sharing it with people. And then I realized this stuff is like really powerful because people can really feel the difference. And now this is the Ananda spray right here. Today it's like the one I have now is the Super Ananda spray, which is basically this version of the spray here. And then the next week he was like, "Hey, bring 200 bottles and 10 bottles of vodka to St. Louis." And we're here on the East Coast and we're flying the next week. So he was teaching here, and then the next week here. Sometimes he would teach in Toronto, then New York, St. Louis, LA, then Vancouver, or in an order like that. and then like onto like a different continent, and then like the same type of rotation year after year. So I would catch these rotations. So he blessed a bunch of the oils and the vodka, and I went and like started sharing it, and like then on to Los Angeles, and that was a road trip right there. I drove in from St. Louis to LA, took about 4 days, I think, and it was quite a road trip. He had his Indiana Jones hat on, pretty cool. So we learned that the sprays that just don't smell good helps clean the chakras and cut negative cords. That's why if you go to any of the pranic healing classes, you see people just spraying themselves out of nowhere, like spraying their crowns, spraying this, spraying their back. Like every time they have a negative thought or feel the cord, they're spraying themselves. Well, that's why they're doing it, because like there's hypersensitive and the stuff works. It adds color prana. One of the trips I learned a lot about the energy in herbs, but also in essential oils. And we would stop at the rack of oils, normally like this rack of oils at the health food store, like Whole Foods, or all these places, they have like a rack of oils. And it had me hold the oil and then scan my chakras, and each oil did something different. And then I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then I started learning about the inner teachings of aromatherapy. And he was like, "Hey, do you want to write this book?" No, I told him I was writing a book called Golden Aromatherapy, and he even gave me this name for that company. But I sold the website for this already. But I do have, I had the book that was called Golden Aromatherapy. But he was like, "Why don't we write this? Write the book together and have product line." And I was like, "Sure." And he was talking about the inner teachings of aromatherapy. It shared with me some really powerful oil. But he ended up, leaving the body like a couple months later, so I didn't get a chance to do it with him. So I had to continue on with, out, without him physically helping. 2018, Living the Pranic Lifestyle. That's one of the newer books. And then now I have like a whole bunch of newer books after that. There's Prague, Czech Republic, teaching aromatherapy, level 1 and 2. These are several different work, like I visited a couple times these areas, Vienna, Dublin, Ireland, Italy, Budapest, uh, where else? Like, I don't know, like all over the place. So like essential oils on a crystal, you can tell a huge difference when you put essential oils with crystal salt, which is like the fine salt. Salt is crystals, and you can program it to extract, absorb, disintegrate, and expel negative energy from the crystals. And you're in your bath. And I'll quickly go into that also. If we got time, I hope we do. That's a duplicate slide there. Some of these are duplicates here. But so we go deep into now it's not 4 weeks anymore, but all the 4 weeks are actually in the members area already. And we go deep into all 58 essential oils, deep into the chemical structure and the color prana in most of them. The terpenes, monoterpenes, phenols, the deep inner teachings of aromatherapy. And the psychic vacuums, we teach different techniques. And now there's going to be even more stuff. Not only this is just the pranic aromatherapy section here. So I'm going to try to go with these a little quicker here. But we teach about the red list. Some oils are poison or toxic. Some herbs are like, I was making some skin cream, and I go deep in the research whenever I do research. And there's a lot of recipes suggesting some herb, buckthorn or buckthorn or buckwheat, not buck something. And I was like, or sea buckwheat or something like that. And then after deep research into all the ingredients, I learned that one of them like causes precancerous growth, like that one there. And I was like, well, I better remove that one now. and now like in California, they got a red list of stuff. So anyways, we go deeper into all this stuff. The chemistry, the chemistry and the energy. That's what we're going to go deep into, or that we go deep into, and purifying the inner aura, the outer aura, the etheric body, mental body, etheric body, the spiritual body. The Pranic Aromatherapist. And you can't paint over rust, and it's like you got to cleanse before you energize. So we teach a lot about cleansing and energizing the chakras. That's basically what the whole pranic lifestyle teaches. And then also like the mental energy around everything that you have, like your business, your house, your whatever associated with you, it's got your energy on it. But like if you're working on projects, there could be like congested mental energy. There could be like emotional energy, anger, frustration, negative chord, psychic attack. There could be all kinds of stuff like energy, unseen stuff that's like affecting people's stuff, and not only like stuff from the past, because like space is like to contain this stuff, but also like the daily stress and the stress of the city, because we're swimming in the stress of the city. But yeah, let me just quickly touch on do 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 do. That's what we have in the week one section. But now I'll go in and show you guys here. Whoop. All right. Ugh, this stupid thing's getting in the way. Oh, oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. All right. We one of the main things is like make sure your house is like purified, and you can use essential oils and crystals and certain colored pranas to purify your rooms, your house. Like let me just go into this is the slides from the house energy cleanse webinar. But your house is a sponge. And this is going to be in the paid members area. All of these teachings here, and it's already in there, a lot of them. But the house is like a sponge, right? All of your emotions from you, the past people, and all the new stuff, it all goes into the walls. It's like, real estate, when you buy a foreclosure, in the foreclosure, there can be like all kinds of emotional pain, worry, stress, all kinds of like, elementals, smoking, alcohol, elements, like all kinds of different things in that space. So when you buy it and you go into it, like you have to clean that energy out, or you're just gonna, even though if you model it, it's gonna still be, there's still gonna be those lingering energies. And it's just like we walk into a space and you can feel the weirdness of it. But the home is like the circular system. And it's like a feedback loop. And it's the same for anything in your life. Could be your business, could be any of your projects. Each time you work on something, because if you're confused or like something is really hard to do, like for me, I work online with this stuff, and it's like super congesting mentally. Like it can fry the brain because you're gonna only be like snafus or like stuff not working. You have to troubleshoot it. But also the platforms itself can have like stress and negative energy. Like even this platform here, Google Slides, right? If you really feel the energy of it, there's like all kinds of congested mental energy around like Google Slide. And it's not even that hard to use this stuff, but it is, it's really deep though. There's like all these different things you can do with it. And it's like, I know how hard to do barely any of this stuff because it's too complicated. So the people that built this stuff, it took years to build this. All the people who worked on it, all the late night, the stress, the chords, and then you got all the new people, the end user trying to use it. So you got all that energy around your stuff, So that's why we clean this, your stuff, but like, also the platforms it's on. Like there's platforms I use to, you for all my websites and stuff, and it's like, the people that made it, there's like probably hundreds of people and the end users, and it's like pretty dang complicated. I mean, it took me like months to, finally learn everything where I can teach it. But so I have to clean it, and then I got like my Pranic Lifestyle Shopify website. So Shopify is one thing, and then it's like all the people that work on that, the engineers, end users, and like then my website, like there's psychic attack on it, like people sending negative, like courting. So we clean up, the Pranic Lifestyle. We teach how to clean all this stuff off. Possessions can have stuff on them. Weird things happening in the home. I don't have time to like stop too quick, much on these. But remember, everything's like an energetic sponge, including you, the aura, just like the house. Sorry for the quickly. This is already in the in the members area there. And then we go deep. That's what we already went. Well, had the one on the there it is. A salt, you can program salt to extract stuff from your body. And then when you add the oil to it and energy and you program it, it becomes like really, really powerful. Because most people feel like they're carrying like stuff around on them. That's energetic weight. So one of the things we learned about from Master Choa was like the salt bath, like daily. And if you can't, you just do a salt shower. And these don't have to be long. It could be a 5 minute dip, 10 minute, 20 minute, 1 hour, but like even a quick shower only takes a few minutes. Like when you're using like the salt scrub, excuse me, we help clean, they clean out the energy clingers, the negative cords. Like people are like corded all over their body. And energy has mass. Like you can feel like you can go in the muscles of the body. It can fill up rooms. It can fill in like, and then you got the people clinging to you, that drain your energy. And some of them are like lifetime stuff, like attachments, like not just cutting the cord, but that could like be like these. They could be your own beings, or they could be like some type of thing you've got something going on. Like I don't know, but like I don't want to tune in too much. But like you can cut this stuff for attachments. But this might take more effort though, or it cooks. Primarily they program into the solar plexus there. Then it affects like the whole body. So that's we go deeper into the and this the whole video for this workshop's in the course already in the members area. But the pranic shower, easy to do every day. Help get rid of these different things. And you can use like, coffee with it, decaf. Um, some people use, normal coffee, but just be aware it's just like drinking coffee. It can be like super stimulating. So yeah, just gotta be careful with the people with blood pressure. But I remember Master Choa would have like a mixture like this near the tub. And it's always really messy though, guys. So like just be aware. And use instant coffee. But you can use like normal coffee, but it's gonna be really messy. You can add brown sugar, essential oils, energy. So, anyways, this is already in the we already teach all this stuff. The colors in the oils. And I'll give you guys the book for this here. You grab that real quick for you guys. Right here. Um, so I gotta put in a way you can download it real quick. This has all the recipes for the 7 days. Um, Let me upload this real quick here so I can get you guys a link for it. Doo, doo, doo. Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay, it's uploaded there. I'll drop that in the chat here. So that free bonus here I was talking about in the email, let me drop that in the chat for you guys. You guys have that. Be sure to click on that before we're done so you guys can grab that. And also we're adding like the Pranic lifestyle entrepreneur, using modern technology to help automate stuff where you don't have to chase it. It's kind of like Kriya Shakti where you do work energetically and it's like and you set up systems where things work for you even while you're sleeping. And this will be in the members area too. And I got another some videos on these. But maybe I can drop a link in there. This is another one I was. Ooh, hold on, let me grab these here. This is what we do with this is actually the one of the systems we use for the Prime lifestyle to build the courses, the ebooks, to share the message. Um, sorry. I put this. Hmm. Hmm. Like this. Hmm. Then you give you guys a couple videos here. Oh, sorry. It's right here. Sorry. So that's what I'm talking about, the mental congestion. Like this platform here, the main platform, this is like there's so much mental congestion around this. Like every little thing here is like there's like so much congestion, and not only from the people that built it, but like all the people who use it. Like even just now, I was having I couldn't remember where this stuff. But anyway, so I go and grab like this. Oh, or not. um, Maybe I've got the publishing. Yeah, here we go. Drop that in the chat also. These are going in the Prime Lifestyle members area. Doo, doo, doo. But if you're not a member though, you won't be seeing them. But since you came on this thing, I'll drop them in here. And you can just go and open that if you want before I end it, so we you have that so it doesn't disappear. But let me go back to the members area here. And some of the stuff might be visible and it might not. I have to like assign stuff in here. But like under learning, you not only see the Pranic Lifestyle Masterclass, if like for the paid members, but like you'll see other, the other things here also. The let me go back and into the course here. See, even this is like for me, it's like the people who made this is like it might seem simple, but even having like these three separate things here, it's so confusing. It's like where do I go to do this stuff? Um, but anyways, it's right here. Um, it's an example of like mental congestion and how we have to like get rid of this stuff. This you guys won't see this there. Shouldn't be in there, but you'll see like FTC compliance, which is like a big part of like energy work and like talking the right way. Is there's things you can't say, and everything I say in Pranic Lifestyle is like FTC compliance. and I have to use like the special software I designed to like check all my stuff. We'll have the Pranic Glass Now Entrepreneur, but I got the link, so it's got all this already. Pranic Jewelry Mastery, and this here, the 7-day salt scrub, and then we have the paid course here. And then it looks like this. And this will be turning into the living, the Pranic lifestyle will be the main hub, and this is just part of it now. The Pranic Aromatherapy Masterclass. But like we have like all the we got introduction here. It's a new video I just stuck in there. And then we got like week one, like now it's just like we go through the first 15 oils. Like each week we had gone through 15 oils about to get to the 58 oils. So we have like all the videos, and these are like really long, like going into like deep on the essential oils. And then we have like another cycle here of like an extra footage, and then PDFs on the right, text files. And this is all like the one we're having next. Here at 8 p.m. we're having the next round of this. And bonus videos like each week. There's like 5 or 6 oil videos, extra bonuses, oil safety. Okay. There's actually all 4 weeks are in here. And there's like different bonuses, bunch of different videos, infographics, each week's infographics. But let me drop that in the chat if anybody wants to jump on that later. We got this here for anybody who hasn't grabbed it yet. And you can see more videos here also. There's actually videos on here. Let me drop this in the chat here.